Riley, Zach, welcome to the channel, boys.
How's it
Great to
going?
be here.
Super excited to have you both here. Very similar results, same position, and you guys even started in the RSA probably around similar time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. So this will be a first time in RSA history that we've actually filmed a case study with two of you on here, right? So I think it'd be really interesting to get similar perspectives from guys who started at the same time as you guys have gotten results in a pretty good amount of time, right? Like how long did it take you guys to hit the big month you guys got?
I think for me it was around like 7 months.
Yeah, about the same. Seven-ish.
Beautiful. So I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of insights that a lot of guys in the channel can get from your experience and how you guys got there. And I think this interview is going to be really, really valuable. So to kick us off, Zach, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself first, and then Riley can follow after? Tell us a little bit more about your background, your age, the results you got, and where you're from. Where you're from.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been in the RSA for, like I said, about 7 months now. Um, and I always knew that I wanted to do online sales. So I've been watching your content about 2 years now. So when I was 16, I started coming across it. And I was like, that's what I'm doing. And I just waited till I finished high school. I think I joined the RSA a little bit earlier so I could watch it before I could fully lock in on it. But then I locked in about the start of this year. And then ever since then, yeah, just been working away on it. I've been on some average offers. I've learned a lot of lessons. But yeah, if you stick to it, you're going to eventually get to where you need to go.
Amazing. And how old are you at the moment?
I'm 19 now, just
19.
turned 19.
And Riley, you're the same, right?
Yep.
Amazing. So super young guys, absolutely crushing it. It's crazy to find out that you've been watching me for years as well. I didn't know that, but that's super cool to know. And so, what did you do last month, Zach, in terms of commissions?
So I did a little bit over 12K. So yeah, 12K flat pretty much.
Amazing. And Riley, you want to give us a bit of a background on yourself and the results you got last month as well?
Yeah. I think I joined the RSA around December last year. I started out as a tradie, just doing it as a installing solar panels, and then I started door knocking for my boss and got a sale, and then I got into door knocking for last year. Kind of left that year kind of out of school, kind of as a chill out year, just really did anything I wanted while earning a decent income, and then doing it with my older brother. Brother got into high ticket sales 6 months into door knocking, so he left and I was doing it by myself. And then December, quit my job completely, had some savings behind me, not much, but I had some savings behind me and just went all in on the RSA. Been there for around 7 months now, best decision of my life. And yeah, been on was on a really good offer. Unfortunately, it didn't end out well for me, but learned a lot from it. And now I'm on a really good offer, really good manager, and I'm able to make around $11,871 last month.
Beautiful. Amazing. And it's really cool to see how far you guys have come in comparatively quite a short timeline. Like it took me like 8 months and like $300 in commissions in this space. So you guys are
Wow.
much farther than I was at your age, which is exceptional and amazing. And so is something to mention as well about Riley. It's super cool to see that your older brother referred you directly to the program as well, and he even came on
Yeah.
our sales call together as well.
Yeah.
Probably just to suss me out and make sure that I'm all legit.
Oh, really? Yeah. To make sure to ask questions, we already knew that like it was a really good idea from
Yeah.
other people we met, and kind of was like, yeah, buyers, you need to like it's gonna give you so much of a head start. And I was like, yep. And so we already knew I already knew everything when jumping on.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of was just there to ask some questions, make sure everything was perfect, and then yeah, perfect.
And we're off to the
Mm.
races. And so
Yep.
for you guys, a bit of background on you, like of what you did before high ticket sales, before getting into the space. So Riley, I know that you were in door knocking. Zach, what did you do previous to remote sales as a career?
So, before I was in high school, so ever since I was 13, really, I knew I wanted to do something online. Like, I started watching, Iman Gadzhi. I feel like everyone goes through that
Yeah.
sort of phase. And then I did drop shipping, trading, and then I started my own marketing agency. So I used to cold call these shops when I was like 16 years old, 15, 16 years old. And I got a few clients, but to be honest, I really sucked at getting them results. So I knew that I could sort of do the sales side. I needed a lot of work. Like I was very average at what I was doing back then. But yeah, I had my own marketing agency and that kind of fell through. And I saw Jackson the Theory. So I used to see his videos and I used to message him a little bit about SMMA and stuff. And I remember him telling me once that he went into sales and he told me to look at this guy, Connor Healy. And that's actually where yeah, now that I remember, that's where I came across you. And when I started following your content for, yeah, ever since then.
Nice, solid. And so, really, all you've ever known is like online money, basically.
Yeah, it's all I've wanted to do ever since I was younger.
I think you did sports betting before, right, as well?
Yeah, I did match betting as well, which is Riley's offer right now. But yeah, that was okay. It was really inconsistent. Like I made some money from it.
Yeah,
I do a little bit on the side now, which is okay, but it's pretty inconsistent, like from what I'm doing. So just a side hustle.
yeah, makes sense. Riley, did you try
Yeah.
anything before remote sales in terms of making money online, or is
Uh,
it just straight high ticket sales your first thing?
no, I did some print on demand. We use AI to sell like different clothes on different online things. Gave that a shot, invested some money into like some different AI to do it. Just was the boringest thing ever. And I was like, there's no way I'm doing this. Then I got like a marketing course because I was like, I want to do something online. I just had no idea what to do. But I knew marketing, good skill. I can actually like I can do it myself. So I was like, yeah, okay. I did a marketing course, and then I was like, okay, I'm really just going to get a job that I have to go and work every single day on the same time, won't be able to do anything else. And then I just knew sales was a really good skill. And all the kind of entrepreneurs I followed, like, did door to door. Like, door to door was kind of in their past. So I was like, this is going to teach me something. And I reckon that was one of the best decisions. Get you really uncomfortable, get you just stuck in there, just getting screamed at by people, which really built character, I believe. But then yeah, it was kind of always the pathway. My brother actually knocked on a guru's door on sales. One of the ABC boys. He knocked on his door,
Oh no.
and he just heard about it. Then Connor was like, "Wow, okay." So then he started finding out about it. He bought his own little program, and Connor got into it. Really good offer. And then yeah, my plan was always to get into it. I just needed more savings behind me.
Yeah, nice, solid. Yeah, I think it's a canon event for sure to do some type of like print on demand store. I think that's like the
Yeah,
easiest thing for a lot of people, especially like a lot of people will be watching the channel right now, because it seems like building a clothing brand seems to be like cool and interesting, but when you kind of dig into it, it's like very, very, very difficult to pull off, especially the margins, which I'm sure you found as well,
yeah,
Riley.
yeah, definitely. I made
Yeah.
like 20 cents. So yeah,
Yeah, I've been there with pretty much every business model imaginable under the sun. But I think the thing that I love about sales, and I'm sure you guys would want to hear your perspective on this as well from your experience, is like it's a slow start for sure. It's not like it's something that you get just exponentially overnight, but sales is a skill set, is something that you can more confidently build up towards. And you know that as long as you get good at the skill and you know how to get good jobs, you know that the end of the road leads to money at some point. You know what I mean? Like both
Mm.
of you guys are super young and
mm,
didn't get to the point where you were doing, the numbers you were doing in 3 months, but like 7 months down the line is an exceptional type of result to be able to achieve something like that. So, Zach, if you wanted to give your opinion on that, like
Yeah.
how have you found going from what you did before with making money online to like remote sales as a career?
Yeah, so it's such a good like starting point. So for me, especially with SMMA, focusing on both sides, the front end and the back end of a business is so difficult. So getting really good at the skill of sales, where you're able to add value to a different business which is successful and get a really good percentage of what you generate for them when you don't have to pay for ads, you don't need to pay for any of the fulfillment. That's not even your worry, right? It's not your problem. It's good if they have good fulfillment, but it's just such a good starting skill, and then you can launch off it. So me and Riley are both setting at the moment, but soon hopefully we'll be in closing. And then yeah, you can kind of start your own business from there and you have the skill. It's such an important skill. Or you can consult for other offers or manage. There's so many different ways you can go with it.
Yeah,
So
Riley, what are
yeah,
your thoughts?
I think yeah, sales has been around for years. It's like always, it's like if ever been around. All you're doing is just getting really good at it, and then you've just got the skill set. Like you always, I don't see
mm,
myself doing below 10K. We've built, me and Zach have both built up the skill set. We were worth that amount, and also
100.
like also working with like business owners, you know so much. I know so much about how marketing works, and I know so much about funnels and even the back end when it comes to fulfillment. Like, I know a lot about it. And it's really like working the valuablest thing is working for people that are way better than you and learning off that. That's why you pay for mentors. I'm just learning from people who are so much better than me. My managers who are amazing. My manager now who's insanely good and has taught me so much. I'm getting paid to learn skills that are going to make me money.
Mm.
It's incredible. Like why would I? That makes no sense. And I can do it from anywhere, and it's awesome.
That's so true. Like I'm working with Ben Willer, so he's my manager at the moment. He was also in the RSA, and like being able to pretty much learn for free, well, you make money and learn exactly what they've done to be successful is like the craziest thing ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think perhaps the most punishing thing about trying to start your own business with no skill sets and little capital is that you're going to have to sustain a period long term of not earning. Whereas in
Mm,
sales, you can kind of earn first in a way. Yes, it's not like an exponential right away, but as you're learning those skills and working with high level entrepreneurs, very skilled sales managers, like you said, with, Ben is a huge thing there as well. I'm sure Riley as
mm,
well. You have a great manager too. It's
yeah,
like,
Alfonso.
yeah, Fonz, right? So I know
Yeah,
Fonz quite well. So you've got, exceptional training under you, where you're constantly developing. You don't really have to spend more money on sales training because you're working with, great people in your team as well, which are
yeah.
going to give you all the sales training you need, which is excellent.
mm,
But all these things to say, like you guys said and pointed out, it's like it builds you your skill sets, your foundations, your beliefs, your capital, your resources for the future. Start your own business because the main thing that a lot of people should understand about this industry and this career is it's not a end stop. Like you shouldn't be aiming to get into sales forever, right?
mm,
You will have a point where you're sick and tired of it, right? You're speaking to people all day. It's not a sexy job by all means, right? It may look sexy on Instagram, perhaps, or from what a lot of guys put on YouTube and stuff, but it's
mm,
not sexy. It's a lot of hard work. It's, you're grinding a lot. You are working hard. You're working a lot of hours. But all this is to say is you're building yourself for your future because when you guys are 21, 22, 23, when you want to start your own business, you have a ton of money set aside. You may be living in a better place that's a better tax jurisdiction, right? So you maybe pay less tax as well, taking advantage of
mm,
the different tax systems across the world. But you also have the skills and the exposure to, like you guys both described, that in the future, when you start your own business, it's going to be a cakewalk in comparison if you try to do it without those things because you have all the resources, the capital, the skill sets, the belief. Because you spend all this time with multi seven figure entrepreneurs, and you get this proof of concept of like you said, Riley, it's like it's real now, like it's actually possible. So I
Mm,
think that's a really good point.
yeah.
so true.
So when you found me, obviously, Riley, I know you got introduced through your brother, but what do you feel like were the main things was running through your mind that could have stopped you from like jumping into space? Like, what were your main hesitations? Do you think that now you're like, oh, well, that was kind of silly?
Zach,
Right?
I'll go first. I was genuinely it was probably just I don't think anything stopped me. I think it was just finding because there are a lot out there. Definitely people that are like, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that. Your one just seemed the most genuine. So many referrals from people,
Mm,
and like you can't argue with case studies. Like me and Zach aren't special at all. I'm nothing special
100%,
about me.
bro.
I went to a public school. Nothing special about me. It always is just like everything works if you work. But when seeing you, yeah, you just seemed the most genuine. You weren't thinking like you're gonna make 10K in your first month and you're gonna be able to work 2 hours a day. Like you were very honest. It is gonna take work. It is hard, but if you put that work in, you will 100% get there.
Mm. So many
And I
case
think you
studies,
should.
like yeah, so many case studies. Like over 70 now. It's crazy. Like I saw it and like you just the way you spoke about it, you've done it yourself. So there's so many people who are sales coaches who haven't actually done it themselves. And yeah, you've obviously done it and had good months, so and big months. So there's lots of people who make a bit of money in sales and then go start their own sales coaching thing. But I could tell that you've been in the industry for a while now, and yeah, very someone you could trust for sure.
No, I appreciate it. And that's one thing to be aware of if you're watching us explore in this industry is like I'm not going to throw shade to anyone in specific or really anyone ever, but just do your natural due diligence, right? Will it make sense if you don't get results if you work with someone who has one good month, right? Or has been in the industry for 6 months, a year and a half, right? There's usually a direct correlation behind the fact that I have, again, honestly, I do get blurry on the years. I think it's around 6 years at this point. I've been in the remote sales space. I'm 25 now, so I've been since like just turning 19. So 6 years, I think, coming up on my seventh over the next year. I may be wrong on that. Um, but it's like that experience is hugely reflected in terms of the results we get for sure. Like,
Yeah.
Mm,
I don't know if like maybe like a representation of our communication on the school where I was just like, no, don't do that, or yes, do this. It's very, very cut and dry about
Yeah.
like offers. If you can reference or remember, maybe I've like helped
yeah,
you that for once or twice, being like, no, that's a shit offer, or that's a
I've
good offer.
yeah, I've I've definitely asked you my fair share of questions about offers, and you've definitely helped me stay away from some good ones. I'm sorry, some bad ones. And there's definitely a couple in there that I've jumped on, which I definitely should have avoided, which you told me not to. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
that
listen to
that
Connor when he tells you.
that yeah, that happens, bro. Yeah, Riley.
Yeah. I remember, I think I was on an offer. I got my first offer and I was on there for maybe 3 days. And then I got offered another one from a much better company. And I was like, I don't know what to do here. And you're just like, quit your job, get into the other one. That's way better. There's more people making the money you want. And I just got on with the offer. And then I had to message the manager and offer owner saying, yeah, I'm sorry, I've got a better opportunity. And I generally said, you told me to do it. So that I didn't look bad. I kind of just threw the blame on Connor.
Hey, look, I'll take the blame. That's okay.
Yeah, so that's what also, I could just be like, oh, my mentor told me I do like it's a better idea for you. And then yeah, it made it a bit easier. But yeah, I wasn't on a few, I haven't been on a few offers, but when I was on offer, I just, do you think it's good? You're like, no, no. And then I was like, cool, just look, yeah, not reinventing the wheel, just listening to somebody who's got more experience than me.
100%. And I think the main thing is like I think with how AI has progressed over the years, especially recently, it's like, is it worth it just trying to attack this space with AI versus like getting a coach and mentor? And I think there's like it's advantages of both for sure, but I think the main thing you can't really get with AI is that you can get information, sure, but the application, the experience, and the pattern recognition of like years in industry, I think that's hard to beat because, as you guys know, one wrong offer or multiple bad offers
Mm,
can mean no money for a really, really long time and a lot of opportunity cost too. The only way you're going to get that is through your own direct experience and perhaps ask the right questions, you have the right information, or leaning on someone like myself to go,
Yeah.
no, you shouldn't really take that, or you should really take that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And
100%.
also the network that you get. Like genuinely, I like my manager personally. If you're from your academy, he'll hire you more likely. Most of the guys that I work with are from you or a different mentor that you've trained. Like that's it gives you so much credibility. If you've already invested into yourself, why would a company that's amazing not be like this guy's obviously going to work hard from someone who just wants to make money online? Just saying, like, yeah, I got mentored by him. Like, cool. This guy obviously knows what he's doing and he's got a good foundation. All I have to do, he's got the hunger. All I have to do is actually just give him the more skills, like specifically around our offer, and he's gonna do well.
Mm. Yeah, and if you don't have skin in the game, you're not going to really put all the work in that you would have if you just use something like AI, and you're not going to get access to the community and every single aspect of the RSA, which is so good. And if you can't invest in yourself, then how are you going to, convince someone else to invest in themselves? So yeah, it's about congruency as well.
I agree. And if you're watching this and you've failed different business models in the past, uh, spoiler alert,
Mm,
they all do work. Every business model online has its disadvantages and advantages, but if you didn't actually get any support from a mentor, I can guarantee the reason why you gave up or that you failed is because, like you guys just said, no skin in the game. Like when you've actually spent a good amount of money on yourself, you've invested into a mentor or a coach community, you're so much more committed to sticking it out because it's like to get to where you guys got wasn't easy, right? There was,
No.
a lot of frustration, a lot of setbacks. You're learning new skill sets. There's a huge learning curve. And because it's a financial skill set, it's very punishing because you don't really earn much in the beginning either. It's very, very easy to give up on yourself because what's your commitment? Chatting with AI back and forth. So, if anything besides the network and the experience and things like that, when you put skin in the game, it changes your mindset and your mentality completely, which really, as a byproduct, will allow you to get better results because you actually stick to something, right? 7 months is what it took you both to get the result that you got. It wasn't 4 months, wasn't 5 months, it was 7 months, right? Of
mm.
really putting in the work to grind it out. So I think there's a huge, huge note to take there is if you've tried things in the past and you haven't invested in yourself, probably the reason why you didn't give up is because you have no skin in the game. So I think that's a really good point.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
to give the guys an insight, what do you guys sell? Because obviously I always love to give like an example of what you can sell in this industry because you get asked all the questions all the time, like what do you sell in high ticket sales? So do you
Yeah.
guys want to tell us a little bit about how you help the guys you help?
Yeah, so I won't go too in detail, but essentially what it is we're helping people get into property and get into property investment without having to purchase one. So yeah, it's just an easier way to get into property and cash flow from it without having to get $1 million mortgage. So yeah, there's lots of successful clients and it feels great seeing people that you've talked to actually making money. So yeah, it's awesome.
And how much do you charge?
So 11,000 and 50,000.
Pretty crazy,
So two
right? So
tickets. It's
amazing. So
crazy.
at your age, you're learning the ability to create opportunity for, 11 to $50,000 packages at your age with no prior sales experience, right? As you said, like same for me. We're not geniuses, right? We're not like super crazy intelligent
Mm.
people by all means. Yet you're able to pull that off, which is amazing, super cool. Um, Riley, tell us more about like what you sell and the ticket size.
So we basically help people make an income online via match bidding, which is using different software that we offer to place bets in certain ways to guarantee a profit with those softwares. And by doing it with taking advantage of all the promotions that all these different betting apps offer, you can make a really good money. I do it myself. I've invested a lot into my own offer, which makes it even
Mm.
more, have more conviction around that. And the offer size is around 5.8 for like the standard one, and then it goes up depending on the level of support. If you want to work with the founder direct, then it can go way more, and you can do AI to do everything for you, which is what I've done, which I paid like around 12 grand, I think,
Mm.
personally, into my own offer. But yeah, basically just and yeah, it's really cool to see all the people that are actually making money online, and actually like all the testimonials we have with so many, and it's so cool to see like, oh, cool. If I wasn't giving this person a conversation, I've genuinely changed their life. If I didn't have a conversation with this person, I didn't call this person, they wouldn't have gone to the program and they would have been making this extra money to spend more time with their family, get away from their work, or do stuff like that. And it's just awesome to see. It's so rewarding.
Mm.
100%. Yeah, I mean, there's some excellent products in our space. Don't get me wrong. There are some bad actors, and there are people that don't fulfill very well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure the listeners into the case study would probably have maybe seen that once or twice, or maybe even had that experience themselves. But there are absolutely really excellent opportunities out there that really deliver on their promises and what they're offering as a product, and keynote, the better you do as a service, the better your product is, the more testimonials you have, the easier it'll be to sell. So it's good to seek out those offers that really provide those results for people. So that's amazing. You guys are selling really, really well delivered products and people get really great results. So for you guys, what do you feel like the hardest part about all this has been, right? You guys have been in a setting position for a little while now. So what do you feel like the hardest part of the industry has been from your own unique individual experience?
Right?
Okay. Probably being on like a tough offer at the start. I mean, for me, being on an offer, putting in so much time and effort, and then losing that offer, which was like an S tier offer, was probably the hardest. That was probably the hardest. I had a whole week where I genuinely was gonna like I had a whole plan. I was gonna actually I had no money in my account. I was gonna get a job at Macca's down the road, and then continue working and trying to find another offer. Luckily, I got onto another offer, and then I worked my ass off. But even in that situation, like I learned the most when I was at the bottom, and I was like, once I got fired, I learned the most. I realized I was pretty much half-assing not only sales, but like my whole life. I was really just doing it half-assed, and I thought I was the shit because I was landing this cool ass offer, but I wasn't. And then that made me realize it. So even in the hardest times, you learn the most. But probably yeah, the hardest process of actually was actually just sticking to it properly and not like drifting off and actually like putting in work, seeing no result, and continually doing that for 6 months straight is tough. But because you already know that works and you see the pathway, I feel like getting onto a mentor is just giving you the pathway and you know it will work. You just have to put your work into it. Yeah, the hardest part was just seeing no result, but having to keep on doing it no matter what.
Mm. Going off the back of what you said, is yeah, if you invest in someone who has proven results and you do exactly what they say, you're doing the same inputs, right? So you're gonna eventually get the same outputs, but you can't put a timeline on it because everyone's journeys are different. Like I remember my first offer was shocking. Like I made barely any money, and then I had about three more after that where I just got my hopes up. I thought, this offer was going to be amazing, and I probably shouldn't have gotten them. Like I said before, Connor told me not to, and I was working. Yeah, I remember being up at 4 a.m. in the morning, dialing on a US offer and making no money for like a couple months, and it was like, yeah, lowest of the low. But as soon as you get on that good offer, you're sweet, right? As soon as you get on that good offer, because if you know you're going to work super, super hard, it's just, you just got to bring that work ethic onto the offer. And your help with looms and everything and how to actually land a good offer, yeah, changed everything. Like, it was amazing.
Awesome. No, I'm glad to hear that. I think one point that Riley brought up, which I think is important, is that the reason I love sales so much is because yes, it's difficult, yes, it's hard, just as any other financial skill would be, but in the same respect, you're rewarded for how much you put in, and you
Mm,
get in what you get. You get out what you put in, and it's like in Riley's context, I think that it takes a lot of self-awareness to go, well, I was actually half-assing that, and I wasn't trying as hard as I wanted to. And sales has a funny way of pointing the mirror at you in that way, going that you think you're doing a lot, but in reality, when you have exposure to like guys who are working harder than you and doing more than you really see what it takes to get to the top and make the money you want to make. Um, Same thing for business, same thing for sales. Like you're rewarded for how much work you put in. So it's like there's no
mm,
hiding. But the beautiful part again is you guys are so young in a very short timeline have been able to put yourself on a trajectory of where you make six figures a year, which usually that takes in great careers a couple of years to work yourself up to, and or if you get a university degree, 3 or 4 5 years of study, many
mm,
many years until you get to six figures a year. But you guys have been able to pull that off at your age with no real prior sales experience at all, because the sales space is a meritocracy, and it's like you know that if you put in the hours, you're going to be rewarded, and I think that's very rare that you find that in any career, really.
mm.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted, a
Especially,
meritocracy.
yeah. And especially not only do we make that money, we also get to work from literally anywhere. For as long as I have my laptop, I can make six figures. That's insane.
Mm.
Which is amazing. Zach, do you want to tell us where you're living at the moment?
Yeah, so about 10 days ago, I moved to Da Nang in Vietnam just to lock in after hitting the 10K month. So I could like, work hard here and get to the next level. So it's not like I'm here just chilling by the beach all day, but it is nice being in a warm place where it's quite cold back home, like where Riley is in Perth. So Riley's got to get over here.
Soon, soon, very soon.
Soon, bro. But it's amazing being able to work from anywhere.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like you're still time capped, you still work a lot of hours, but be able to have the ability at such a young age again, because again, truly, it's amazing to be able to do that stuff at your age. Like I'm sure there's a lot of guys who are on the young end of the spectrum, or even guys who are in their mid 20s that are watching this, going like, "I wish I could do that." Like it's such a blessing. It's a very, very cool opportunity to be able to go and live and work in places like Vietnam. Like it's a very weird feeling to go and live and work in another place and travel and not lose money. You know what I mean? Like and
It's
just go on a
crazy.
holiday. Like you can go and live it anywhere in the world as long as the time zone matches up. It's really cool to see and
Mm,
really wish for really anyone, especially at a young age, to be able to experience that because there's nothing like it, especially, going to like Bali, Thailand, Vietnam, South
Yeah.
America, a lot of really, really
mm,
great places. And it's a very unique experience at that age, I think.
mm. It's
100%.
awesome as well because you can like optimize everything to get to like the next level and stuff and optimize like where you go to the gym, meal prep, sauna, ice bath, like everything can be optimized. So if you're like trying to get to the next level and everything can just be perfectly outlaid for you instead of being at home where there might be distractions and stuff.
Yeah. And even just to touch on like people who are young, especially if you have like a decent like finance, if you have a job at the moment or you're like not struggling financially, yeah, me and Zach are so young that we could do our business model, fail for 3 years, and we'll be 20. Like we are in the prime opportunity to take a stupid risk and lose all our money. Why not? Like nothing's gonna
Mm,
change. I'm still gonna be alive. I can still walk. What is stopping someone like my age or older who's in their like 20s to take a crazy risk and potentially be able to be in Vietnam in 6 months, 7 months, like Zach. Like he went from making no money online, have probably going to go to uni or get a trade, so now he's in Vietnam in 7 months just because he decided to take a risk. And even if he failed, nothing would change. Why not just take a risk?
mm.
Makes no sense.
Well said, bro.
Very well said. Yeah, I think if you are young, it's really important to adopt that mentality because there's going to be no better time in your life to really tackle something like this, because you're taking such little risk. If you're living at home as well, like you're in a really good advantage. Even if you're living out, that's fine. But you know, you're in a position to have everything go terribly wrong. Like agree with what Riley said. For 1, 2, 3 years, and you can be totally fine. But the odds are, if you have two brain cells, that's probably not going to happen, right? In my
Mm,
eyes,
Yeah.
right? You don't have to be a
Yeah.
genius to figure this out, especially with the right guidance. So
100%.
for you guys, I want you to give it to us as straight as you possibly can, right? Wasn't easy to get to where you guys have gotten. What do you guys truly think it takes to be successful in this industry? Like, what do you feel like the expectation should be for someone who's looking to explore this industry?
Um, Firstly, I think you have to figure out exactly what you want, like get really specific on it. Like what sort of life you're living, how much money you're making, everything. And then you got to figure out exactly what you need to do to get there. So like be completely congruent. So for example, like my mum and my parents wanted me to go to university. So I signed up, right? And halfway through my first tutorial or lesson, like I just left and dropped out. So you just got to be, yeah, you just got to be like fully congruent to that person, um, who gets the results, and then you're going to get it over time. I'm sure
Yeah.
Riley can attest to that from his experiences as
100%.
well.
But yeah, also like you do have to be prepared. I do work every single day. I think I've worked every single day for the
Mm,
past like few months now. Not only because I want to make more money, like I work more, I make more money, but you have to be willing to do that, like genuinely. Like if you want to have
mm,
weekends off every single week, probably not. Like you're not going to be able to make that much money. Like you need to work weekends. That's just baseline. You need to work weekends and you need to work. No, it can be half days on weekends, but you need to put some time in on weekends. And also having that self-belief that you genuinely believe I'm gonna get there. I filmed a
Mm.
video I think 4 months ago, me looking at a testimonial of another one of your guys screaming at the camera, I'm gonna be on this situation either 18 or 19. I have that in my camera roll because I never thought I literally said on the video, there's a 0% chance I'm not gonna be there.
Mm.
I'm going to. And that self-belief, like even when I got fired, even when I was at my lowest, there was no point of in that process where I thought I wasn't gonna be where I am right now. I would have asked my like 18-year-old when starting, like, where do you think you'd be? Like, do you think well, if I still was talking to my 18-year-old self, would I be like, is he surprised where I'm at? I don't think he'd be surprised. He's gonna be
Mm.
exactly where I thought I was gonna be, and I'm exactly where I thought I was gonna be. I thought earlier, honestly, but having that self-belief, I'm not gonna fail. As long as I keep on putting work in, I'm not gonna fail. I'm gonna get there. And just having that
Yeah.
constant belief, like you can't fail, you're gonna get there. It's not gonna,
Mm.
it's just work. It's just time.
When you feel like it's done, like when you feel like you've gone through months of it not working, yeah, it's likely that you're very, very close and you just got to keep going.
Definitely,
So yeah,
definitely. That's like the verge. You're on the verge right there. If you feel like
hu-
everything's spot and there's no way you're gonna get there, you put like one more month into it and you're there.
100%.
Amazing. Yeah, I think if you're watching these case studies, like you very much realize with, I don't know, again, I think this is like our 60th, maybe 59th, can't remember, lose count to these days, to be honest. But it's like if you watch 60 hours of case studies of guys like Zach, guys like Riley, right? Even me, like there's nothing special about us. We're not geniuses. We're not, super brilliant people. It's just we chose the right vehicle, sucked it long enough, and got the results. And I think you will build that self belief by realizing that guys like us are literally just super normal people, right? There's
Yeah,
nothing crazy or otherworldly. It's just if we can do it, then you absolutely can too. It doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter, you know, how well you did in school or really any of these factors, or yeah, your background or anything to do with that. It's like if you're willing to do the hard work and you really be willing to be persistent and consistent with this, there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to replicate the same results as we have. So it's a really good point.
100%.
What do you guys feel like has changed for you outside of the money, right? You've now climbed that peak, you've climbed summit, 10K a month, so on. Like, what do you feel like has changed for you outside of the money, since you've hit that milestone?
I mean, for me, I'm incredibly more confident in myself that I've actually stuck to something and done it. Not
Mm,
only am I more disciplined when it comes to my eating, my work, working out at the gym, like I'm so consistent with that. You have once you've made this money at this age, you're so confident in yourself. I've never been this confident in myself. I actually think I'm the man. But like even having that just makes you better at sales. Like I feel like when I'm talking to people, I'm so much more confident. Even talking to people in real life, I am the most confident person when talking to someone. I don't have any nerves around it. I'm able to start conversations with people so easily, and I feel like that's like the best skill to have, especially if you're trying to network with people who are higher level than you. Being able to have a genuine conversation with them and not like being nervous or anything. Like I can talk to anyone, and I'm so much more confident, more disciplined. Basically, life changed just from sales and being able to get into uncomfortable situations and like actually try to find uncomfortable situations to learn from is like perfect. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. To be honest, literally just the same. That's so true. Like it just gives you that confidence. And it just makes you a better person, right? Being able to go through those hard times, and get to the other side. And as like Riley, I'm definitely like this. Like I want more, right? Like t 10K is not like my top of the hill. Like I'm chasing for more. Same with Riley. So
Yeah.
yeah, it just pushes you to
Yeah.
make more. Being surrounded by
Yeah. And
people doing like 50, 60K months, it makes you realize how possible it is and what's next.
100%. Yeah. Being surrounded, not only are you surrounded by like managers who are making so much more, the whole
Mm,
network of high ticket sales, there's guys who are making incredible amounts, 50, 100K a month. Being around them not only makes it like it's so doable, learning from them, just having that network is insane. Like in a year, I guarantee you, me and Zach will be in Dubai with you, Connor, doing another case study, making like
100%.
40, 50K months. Like we will be there. And like just like even seeing, I know that's possible because I've seen other people doing it. I've had conversation with other people doing it, so I know that's
Mm,
possible. And having that, knowing that is just awesome.
I'll hold you guys to it then. I'll be keen,
Yes.
right? In-person case study in Dubai, little podcast would be good. Um, but yeah, no, I agree with
King.
Riley. It's like I think one of the really great things about sales is which complements alongside the money outcome is that if you don't really feel as confident as you could be in terms of social skills, if you don't feel like you can articulate yourself well, communicate clearly, all these things, but in really everything that you do in life, if you're not able to sell ideas to people, whether it be dating, whether it be business opportunities, whether it be anything really, right? Once you develop that skill set, it's not going to go anywhere. And it takes hundreds and thousands of reps and interactions to do that, right? That's how you get really good at the skill set, right? You get the reps, the practice, the repetition. And you can really only do that through sales, right? Customer service, not really. Sales is going to really sharpen you in terms of building that belief in yourself as well as just overall. You guys would probably know from yourself, speaking to people now who aren't in sales, you can see a direct contrasting difference to how they communicate and how you and
Yeah.
other like guys in network communicate,
Mm,
right?
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
for sure.
It's like night and day. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah. What do you guys, if you guys were to explain the RSA from the inside to guys that are looking and exploring it overall, what do you feel like? What's just your overall experience inside the community? What were your favorite things and what do you get the most value from?
I mean, personally, the most value would just be genuinely being at the network. Of course, you're around guys who are also trying to better themselves and make money online. So being able to network with them. I mean, Zach only met because we're both in the RSA and we're both same
Exactly.
age, Perth, and we've been friends for ages now, just because of that. The network also being able to constantly have you on basically speed dial to message you around if anything happens. Like you get, the response time is insane for somebody who's got so many clients. I'm getting my questions answered like that. That's awesome. I feel like that was probably one of the main aspects, being able to get questions answered straight away. And also the
Mm,
crazy network of all the other boys trying to better themselves was the best. And then obviously I feel like how I kind of picture getting a mentor is like in high ticket sales, you're placed in the jungle and there is a pathway to that 10, 20K a month. You just need to find the pathway. Getting a mentor, you're already on the pathway. You just need to kind of walk now. And it's so much easier. It's like wasting like could be 6 to a year or even longer, unless if you're trying to do it by yourself, especially when it comes to getting offers. Like I know you know how to get offers, and it makes it so much easier to get an offer when you've already got someone to tell you exactly how to do it. But mostly just yeah, the network and the constant communication.
exactly. Like the coaching calls are amazing. Being able to ask you any questions about anything you're struggling with, really helps. And yeah, just outlining how to get on a good offer, which is like probably one of the best and most important parts of high ticket sales. And you outline it perfectly. So yeah, it's
Amazing.
amazing to learn from.
Great feedback. Obviously you guys would have met other people in space as well and not shading like throwing shade at any other programs specifically, but what do you feel like from other guys you've met in this space? What do you feel like sets RSA apart from, everything else in the industry from what you guys have seen and experienced, like meeting other guys in the space?
We all know that dodgy one program. It's not like if I bring someone on, I'm going to get like 50%, you know? So yeah, it's like it's just legitimate, right? Um, and yeah, if you follow the steps, you're going to get there. Um, what was your question? Sorry.
Just more or less like because you guys have probably met other people inside the
Mm.
remote sales industry, like what do you feel like sets RSA apart from what you have seen of what other, support guys have gotten in other communities, if you even have had that experience?
Literally everyone who sticks to what you teach for long enough gets results.
Mm,
That's pretty much the main thing. If you stick to what Connor says over a longer period of time, you're going to get to where you need to be and further. So yeah.
I
yeah, that's a
reckon
pretty
what
good
like
answer.
sets apart, yeah, I reckon what sets apart you from like all the other guys is first of all, like you're there all the time. Like we're always talking to you. You're
Mm,
not like you're buying the course for me, but then I've got other coaches to coach you guys. Like, no, you're there. I can talk to you.
mm.
And also how you're just so genuine about like it does take a lot of time. It's not like very genuine. Everybody I talked to who was in your thing loved it. No one said anything bad. I don't think it was no one said, nah, this is a waste of money. No one did. Everybody was like, it changed my life. got me to where I needed to go, gave me the perfect clear pathway. It was like the best. And I think what really sets you apart is just the most genuine and actually you're on the coaching calls, not somebody else.
Awesome.
100%.
No, appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's awesome because I think probably one of the that is for sure, I would agree, one of the biggest things that sets us apart. And it's great to hear it from your side being unbiased because yeah, I think it's just very rare to find someone with that level of experience and track record and social proof that still coaches guys one on one. Because I think I saw a comment on a video recently, like, I don't think you're quite going to get the attention that you need with Connor's community size being so big, but I'm going to guess from both your sides, you haven't really found that to be the case. You've got plenty of attention.
No.
Not at
No,
all.
well, yeah, if you put yourself in, like, if you actually ask questions, you're gonna get them answered. I feel like it's kind of like waves of people come in and out because eventually it gets to a point where,
Yeah.
like, you've already got your offer, you've got someone directly coaching you. You don't have to be there all the time. So genuinely, there's only like 20, 30 people at a time. So you're getting one-on-one contact, and a lot of people are quite nervous about actually asking questions. So if you're just inputting yourself and like getting yourself in positions to get uncomfortable, the support's there. You just got to ask for it.
Beautiful. So what's next for you guys from here, man? Or what's next for you guys from here then? So like you have potentially closing opportunities you guys are looking at in the future with the offers that you're on. What does that look like? What are the top earners doing? Like what are the future goals you guys have in the industry?
For me, hopefully going into closing soon. So yeah, go into closing, and then I feel like our offer is gonna keep going up and up and up. So that closing opportunity is going to keep getting better and better. So I want to be closing big months, and I want to stack up a bunch of money and then go into consulting or managing or even make my own business, something like that. I'm just taking it one step at a time though. So my next goal is to get into closing and close well.
What do the top earners do there in commissions?
At the moment, 30K,
Amazing.
but I think that's going to get to like 45, 50 soon. So yeah, should be exciting, hopefully.
Wild. Yeah. Riley?
Yeah, definitely get into closing. Of course, I need to like prove that I actually deserve to be put to closing. Offer I'm
Mm,
on is very new, only a few months, and we've already like quadrupled our revenue multiple times over. I think 10 times pretty much than what they were
Wow.
without in like last month. So definitely go into closing, like, and hopefully the next few months, and then from there, it just really stack up a lot of cash and kind of figure out where I want to go from there. I'm not 100% sure. I know getting money is definitely going to be a part of it. But I'm not sure yet. Maybe probably go down the content route, maybe go into
mm,
managing. Probably more likely content. I really do like to actually like talk and actually think. But from just like knowing someone, you can actually learn a lot and if put a good representation on how to actually get there and be disciplined to other kids in like similar situations to myself, like 17, 18, when I was first getting started. I think that's like so fulfilling. I can imagine it must be really fulfilling for you as well, Connor. Even like
mm.
you coached me and Zach, and now we're here because of you. Like, you played a very big part. I can imagine that must feel amazing. So I feel like I want to feel like the kind of same thing with my content or anything like that.
For real.
Amazing. Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of like opportunities and pathways you can get from remote sales. You can start a service-based business, like Zach said, you can get into management, consulting, business consulting. You
Mm,
can get into info. You can teach a skill you learn, like high-ticket sales or whatever transformation you want to teach. There's so many opportunities and doorways that open up for you once you've gotten good results. You've got those skill sets and a bit of capital behind you, so that's super exciting. So let's say someone's watching this right now and you're speaking to yourself 7 8 months ago before you got in the space, right? And they're hovering, they're in, they're out, they're sitting on the fence about the space industry. Like what would you say to that guy who's been sitting on the sidelines for a while about the remote sales space?
you should just take the jump, really. Like, do you really want to just stay where you're stuck? Like, there's a reason you're looking for something, right? So it's like, are you just going to keep going with it, or are you going to make change in your life? And to be honest, even if it's not high ticket sales, you should make a change with anything. But I think high ticket sales is obviously the best way to get started in online business. So yeah, just take it the jump.
Yeah. 100%. As someone in my position where I was at, if you aren't homeless and you have a job, you are in the best opportunity. You're never going to be able to have the same opportunity where you have zero responsibilities and you don't really have clear direction, but you want to make money. There is this no better time, and you are just going to regret it in 5 years. Now that you have responsibilities, you can't take a crazy risk and actually go after what you want. I can't
Mm,
imagine living an unfulfilling life where I'm not doing what I want just because I was like kind of scared or I wanted to kind of do other things and kind of chill out for a bit. Like me and Zach, best opportunity that even if high ticket failed, I would be 20 with still living at home. Nothing changed. I'm not dead. I can walk. Nothing's
mm.
changed. But like the other side is I could make six figures at 19. Either stay in the exact same
Legit.
position, take a risk, and then stay in the exact same position. So you're not even taking a risk or change your life. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't get it. If you're young and you aspire for more, and you actually want to do something special, then just do it. If you don't want to live a normal life, and you've always been thinking about making money online, you just need to get the skin in the game and learn from the best and make it work, which you will
100%.
because you got skin in the game.
Yeah. And even if you invest into something that doesn't work out, I promise you, whatever you've learned from that opportunity was worth more than what you even if it's the worst thing ever, you get just absolutely scammed. Like you're gonna learn more from just that. Like so, like just keep at it. You're gonna get there eventually. Just put the work in.
Mm,
100%. What's more risky, staying where you're at or taking the risk and betting on yourself of the, really infinite upside and potential you could have in the remote sales space, right? Yes, it is a risk. Is there a chance you don't make it and get results like Riley and Zach? Yep, of course. But, if you're consistent and you put in the work, I think it's pretty reasonable to say beyond doubt that with the case studies we have, if you follow the process, if you do the work, if you follow the steps, there's no reason why you can't end up where you want to be. So,
Yeah,
guys,
definitely.
what an excellent interview. Thanks both of you for jumping on. I think there's a lot of really value for uh, guys that are looking to jump into the space from guys who've done really, really well on a short timeline and horizon. So, yeah, thanks for jumping on.
Of course. Happy to
thank
be
you,
here.
Connor.
Yeah,
Yeah, we couldn't have done it without you. So
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
very thankful and grateful.
Of course, it's what you pay me to do, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, great interview, guys. Hopefully, the people watching the case study enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.